Today I'm going to show you how to remove an engine from a Can-Am Renegade or an Outlander. They're going to be a little bit different with the plastics, but the motor should be basically the same. So you just want to take off your front pod, and if you have snorkels, radiator relocator, bumper, take all that stuff off. Your front fenders, take off your foot rests, on both sides. You don't have to remove the rear. It's kind of you don't have to, but since it's so easy, you might as well if you want to. I didn't. You want to soak everything. Soak your exhaust bolts, the nuts and the bolts. Soak them with PP Blaster. Put where the starter is. All the bolts you want to kind of get to that you. So you have your boot clamp here. You can see I have a radiator hose clamp because I've already cut it and replaced this. This is my stock one. I just cut this one. You can get replacements for it if you want, or just get radiator hose clamps, but you have to cut off the excess so that it doesn't hit on the frame. Alright, you have a 13mm bolt here. Your engine would be here. You'll just remove this bolt, and then you flip this yoke up. You'll have to turn your wheels to where you can do this. You flip it up, and you just pull it out like this, and you'll have just enough space to pull it out and up. It's going to be real tight, but it can be done. For the rear, it's just a little bit different. You have to take off your brake caliper. There'll be one 13mm bolt here and one 13mm bolt here. You have to access it from the other side, and then you'll remove these 4 bolts from the diff. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. Once you remove them, you'll remove your bolts from your prop shaft. My engine isn't here, but there'll be one in the front up here. You'll access it from the passenger side, okay? And then the one in the rear here, you'll be on the driver's side of the bike. You'll come right here, and you'll have to get on the ground, and you'll be able to stick your wrench in there from like this and access this bolt. It's not going to be fun, but that's how you do it. Once you do that, you take your bolts out of your diff. Take all your bolts out. You've already loosened them. Take them out and pull your diff back, and the drive shaft will come out easily. If it doesn't come easily out of this end, just tap it with a rubber hammer on the rotor. Don't hit it too hard. It means that your seal is probably bad and it's froze up in there, or the wear ring, one of the two. You want to remove your case and your clutches if you can. I broke my push-pull pin, so I can't get the primary off. It's not necessary to do it right now. But then you want to remove your motor mount bolts. It's these two. There's one here, one here. Your exhaust, there's a coupler that's right here for your muffler. Don't forget to grease that one, overnight. You'll pull your tip off, and then I think there's another one right here. Let's see. Yeah. There would be another one right here by the belt case. Alright. So then you just want to unhook your hoses, all your wires and stuff. Okay, so you want to remove all your lines, your water lines down here, the upper and lower. Remove your coolant, your oil, your transmission fluid. Remove all of those. Remove your fuel lines. The wires, like I said, and throttle body, just stick up there, out of the way. And you can leave your intakes on, or at least I left mine on. Just be careful not to break it whenever you lift it up. And that should do it, man. Once you remove your exhaust and stuff, you're ready to come out. It's going to come out this passenger side. In case you run across some problems when you're removing your wires from your transmission, there's also another one over here I'll show you in a second. What it is, there'll be a wire in here, and you'll have to hold this with a 13mm, and this will take a 5.5mm. You'll have to sometimes hold the nut and release the bolt that way. You have to do it like this, because sometimes if you try to turn it, the whole bolt and everything will spin. All you have to do is barely turn this and the wire will come out. There's another one that's right here. It's kind of a prick to get to when it's on the motor, but that about does it. See, you'll be from this side. Here's the actuator, and they're color coded too. You'll see here it says white, brown, orange. I'm not sure what color he is, but that only leaves one left. Okay, this is kind of just a recap on everything. I might have missed a couple things earlier or wasn't so clear on things. You can always message me and I'll help you out. But you want to take off your front fenders and your pod, and if you have a radiator relocator, snorkels, go ahead and take all that stuff off the motor, get it down to this shell, and then you want to remove your air box. There's a bolt here, there's a bolt down here, you can see them right there. Okay, there's a bolt right here, you can access it from the other side. All right, and then obviously you want to take your air filter off. You don't have to, but there's a linkage right here on the transmission. You'll just have to have one wrench to hold on this one, and then a 10mm to get this off. And then right here you'll see a little fitting. You just take this loose. You might have to pry on this with a screwdriver. It might be sealed to your throttle body, and then you can just pick it off. Another thing is your fuel lines. You'll have a little black clip like this. You should be able to spin it on the injector like this to be able to see it. Now you can get the tool to actually get this off, or you can just use a small screwdriver coming from the side here, and you want to pick it up and out. I'll try to show you in just a second here how to do that. Okay, here's the wire. How many years worth of mud is this? And there you go. That's how you pull a motor.